Hello YouTubers, Troz here, back playing some more Kerbal Space Program. And last time we had just landed here on the moon with our new science station. We actually have quite a bit of fuel left. Which is good, because we're going to want to go to several more locations. However, we also have these drills. But before we start the drills up, I think we're going to want to gather some science. And being here on the moon in this biome, we have several different ways of gathering science. So let's get to it. Let's first log some seismic data. Let's keep that data. We got some temperature. Let's log the temperature data. Great. We have a gravity detector. Alrighty. Good amount of science there. What else do we have? Oh, did we get temperature already? We got the pressure, which should be 0. Yep. You can take a crew report. Keep that data. Why does this... where's everybody else? We should have some other people here. Why am I not seeing other people? I really thought we had taken off with a bunch of other crew. So maybe this episode is going to be quite different than what I thought it was going to be. Well, while we're here, EVA report. Let's keep data. Store the data. Now I thought we had taken off from Kerbin and had other people in the hitchhiker. Although I did redesign the ship, and maybe I lost the other people when I Let's take a surface sample. We have basaltic rocks. And let's do an EVA report here. Moon's Midlands. I thought we were in Midlands craters. I mean, it looks like a big crater. Maybe... Come on. Fly. Oop. Come on. Grab. Board. Alright. Looks like we'll have to send up a recrewing mission. Those can extend? Ooh. Alright, we're going to extend those for now. Let's see how well we do here. I'm going to deploy the drills. And let us start the surface harvester. Looks like our electric charge is holding steady. Ore rate is, well, not that high. At some point we're going to begin to overheat, or at least heat up. We are heating up. This is what the radiators will help with. We're not going to turn this on yet until we have more ore. More ore than we currently have. But I guess we're going to head back to Kerbin, and we're going to launch a science crew to help, process all this science and, or process the data to earn a lot more science. So I'll be back in a few minutes with a new rocket, hopefully, to send here with some crew. I'll see you then. Alrighty, I put together this rocket here. It's actually rather simple. I'm hoping this will get us not only out of the atmosphere, but at least on our way to the moon. We have some fuel here and a poodle engine to land. I'm not really planning on this ever returning, but I put parachutes on it just in case. We got some 2 solid boosters here as well. We got a Sepratron on each, hopefully to get it away easily. We got some solar panels, an RCS system, and 2 lights. And I think we're ready to go. Too bad I didn't have 1.05 before heading out to the moon, because apparently they have now a smaller ore converter, much lighter. I think it's slower. Or maybe it's less efficient. Actually seems... Yeah, it takes more ore and produces less items, but it's also less than half the weight. There's also a smaller drill, although you can't use it in concentrations under 2.5%. What else did I see? There's quite a few neat things with the new update. Got a new crew cabin here. Smaller jet engine. They redesigned the previous jet engine. New afterburner turbofan. And a better vectoring engine. This is more like the shuttle's main engines would be. 10.5 degree vector, where most of the others are only 2 or 3 degrees. What was the bigger jet engines too that I probably haven't unlocked too, which is why I'm not seeing them. Anyhow, let's take this out to the pad. As I said, we have Valentina and Bob and Urtrix as our scientists. We really want to get the scientists out there and do some science, and, well, Valentina volunteered to take them. So, let's hope this goes well. Alrighty. Let's get all set up. Turn on SES. Throttle up to full. We're probably going to have to throttle back, but we want to get away from the pad quickly. I think the staging's all correct. Let's launch in 3, 2, 1. Oh, there we go. Away nicely. Let's add some fins on here. Keep it stable. Let's turn over slightly though. Yeah, we're really blasting up there. Let's slow down a bit. Don't want to get over 300 too quickly, but the faster you are going, well, the less fuel you'll need overall. We're almost breaking the sound barrier. We just crossed 500. Let's turn over a little more. And we are passing the sound barrier now. Not quite at 10,000 yet. But, we're doing actually rather well. I think we do want to turn over more for efficient. Yeah, even we're at like a third and we're going fast, right? Gonna stop on the turning. Oh yes, those are away nicely. Throttle up a bit. Let's check how we're doing. I'm gonna turn pretty far over because we're almost in space already. We can get that extra horizontal. Another nice thing is now they color the chutes. Hey, be a bad time to open them, but they're not even on the stage, so we're gonna get this up to about 70 or 80. 80 would be better, I think. Alright, we're going to hold there. Good speed. We're getting a little hot, but these engines always do. Let's add a maneuver. Something like that. Not the most circular, but it'll do. Another 20 seconds. I'm hoping we have that. We should have that. Hope we'd have that in a little more, but you know, what are you going to do? building these and flying them without really testing. Alright, that's about what we want. Alright, got about 10 seconds to the burn. 3, 2, 1. Let's go. Alright, we'll have a little fuel left. Enough to start on our way to the moon. Where are we? It's a little out of round, but you know, it's decent. Let's turn on the lights. And let's extend our solar panels. There we go. Use the rectangular panel ones this time. There we go. We're charging up. Alright, we need to head for the moon. Which... well, let's consider it as our target. And something like there. Well, I don't care about Kerbin's apoapsis. I care about the moon periapsis. That is, though, still pretty far. So, boop. Now, once we get to the moon, we can adjust that. So let's warp to that maneuver. Why aren't we getting a... Alright, we'll just manually warp here. 3, 2, 1. There we go. About 35 seconds. Let's turn on RCS to help us. We have it, might as well use it. Alright, we're gonna burn in just a few seconds here. Let's go. We're gonna run out of fuel probably as well. Alright, we're staging. I think we're okay. I think that was just the docking ring, the separator. gonna cut about here, and then just thrust until this stops going down quickly. I'm not sure what happened there. Oh, we have RCS. We can slow down and alright, we're at that's good. Quarter of a million kilometers quarter of a million meters. 250 kilometers or so. So that's pretty good. Let's turn off RCS. Used a bit of fuel, but we should still have plenty to land. So let's, well, there's our destination. Let's time warp out. Heading away from Kerbin. Soaking up some energy. Coming closer. Pretty soon we'll be in the sphere of influence. And I think there we go. Yes, there we go. Alright, we're even gonna go around the correct way, but we want to land here. We're very close to there. Alright, why can we still not add a maneuver? Let's go back to the Space Center and come back. Okay, we can add maneuvers now. I'm thinking that's good. That should put us pretty close. So we're pretty far out, so waiting the 7 minutes isn't really going to make, 6.5 minutes, isn't really going to make a difference. It's actually more efficient right now, I believe. The further you are, the slower you're going, so the less force you need to actually change your path. So let's burn now here. See that it's coming right around like that. That's not bad. And there we go. Getting into orbit is in about the same amount. So let's warp to next maneuver. Come around the moon here. Say face retrograde. So that's what we want at this point. And in fact, we adjust this maneuver. I'm gonna basically come right over. 40 is still pretty high. That looks pretty close to what we want. And we should have been going already. Basically cut. Alright, we're gonna call that good. And we're coming in for landing. Let's get our gear. Alright. Head retrograde for now. Want to add a maneuver. Oh, I want to add a maneuver. Maneuver. Alright. That's approximately when we want to slow down. Let's get there. Let's just... Yeah, we're still in the general area. I think we may want to do a small correction here. Come out a bit. Alright, we are actually still fast forwarding, I didn't realize that, but that's fine. I'm going to stop with about 30 seconds to go. So we weren't that accurate initially, and there was some rotation, but that should, this maneuver here should get us a little better aligned. Alright. Just a few seconds. Let's just burn lightly here. Alright, it looks like it's going closer. I'm okay if we're a kilometer or two away. Like to get the episode done, but I'd also like to land, so I'm gonna just have this go a little longer. Alright, we are about 3 minutes out according to this. Here we go. Let's go like that. Let's aim retrograde. And that is nicely pointing almost exactly at the purple marker, which means we are going in roughly the correct direction. I think it's slightly off, but you know, can't be too. Yeah, we're gonna be a bit off. If we point a bit that way, we are bending our trajectory a little closer. I think the circle window is also the exact spot. So let's stop it there. Point retrograde again. That's not exactly over. I'm gonna wait till like 25 seconds. 5. Don't want to stop too suddenly because we'd be coming down right here. I'm going to wait until now we're looking like we're directly over for the rest of that maneuver. And I want to kill our horizontal velocity. I don't really care about the vertical too much right now. And these two numbers are about the same. We would be directly over it. Well, if they were exactly the same. I don't think we're ever going to get them exactly the same. We'll probably be coming in a kilometer off this, not a kilometer, a few hundred meters off the side. So these should be different by, you know, a little bit. I really don't want to actually come down in that little crater there, so let's throttle up. How you doing? All right. Probably going to be 2 kilometers away or so. We don't need this anymore. We need to slow down though. All right. That's a little more manageable. We are nearly out of fuel, though. Almost going back up there. Don't have the normal floodlights It's really hard to see where the surface is. That was bad. Kind of bouncing here, don't want to be doing that. Cut. And we are down with 20 units of fuel left. And yeah, we're just about a kilometer away, which isn't... It's not great, but it's not as bad as it could have been. Especially when we bounced that first time on the slope over here. Next time we'll transfer the crew over and start getting work on our science. How are we doing here? Looks like we're pretty hot. Let's try to help with the heat. How hot are these things? It doesn't say. We also have... yeah, some small radiators down there. Well, the radiators seem to be radiating. The sun is setting. And, well, we have power. How much? And we have 103 ore. Let's start producing before we run out of sunlight. But that will about do it for this episode. What do we got? 0.02. It's something. And hopefully it will get us enough fuel that we can move this once we have gotten all the science from here that we can. But yep, that will be next time. We'll move the crew over, we'll start doing some science in this, well, we'll start doing some research in the lab, and we'll gather more science. That's what you do in Kerbal Space Program. So, thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys next time.